Are you ready?
Live, y'all. Getting pumped up over here. Going live off track with Whiskey 6. Y'all ready for the music? Listen to that train horn. Let's get ready to do this. Coming in hot. Let a few people join in. Welcome in to Off Track, everyone. I am Whiskey 6. It is a damn beautiful Sunday evening out there, and we've got a good show in store for you this evening. Later on, we will be talking to... Oh, Rusty, stop it. We're looking for Radio Plaid. I think you said Plaid earlier, right? Didn't you, Rusty? No smoking on the set, Rusty.
That's right. We're going Plaid today.
We're going Plaid. Nowhere close to silver. Maybe not even aluminum. We don't know. But anyway, we're going to talk to a guy named Mike Phillip from American Uck Radio. He is a show host. Mike Phillip. That's his name, Rusty. What do you mean? You don't know this guy?
I don't. Maybe sounds familiar. I don't know.
Some Canadian.
Okay. I don't know. His audio seems a little low there. Chris, can you crank him up a little bit?
Crap.
Oh, well, Rusty could probably do that. Anyway, yeah, Mike Phillip's going to be joining us later on, folks. He's a Mojo show host. American Uck Radio. He lives in Canada. He is a dual citizen, born in the United States of America. And let's see, his show is at, 1 p.m. Eastern, Mojo 50, Monday through Friday. I think I got that right, 1 p.m. Eastern.
We'll have to ask him when he gets here.
Well... I could look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 p.m. Eastern.
It's 1 p.m. Central.
Okay.
2 p.m. Eastern.
No. I'm sorry. You're right. It is 2 p.m. Eastern. There's an hour there I'm missing. I'm on Melissa's time, evidently. She's screwed up all week. Yeah? Did you get back?
She almost missed the show completely.
Not completely, just by 1 hour.
Like 4 minutes ago. Rusty, where are you at? What? What? No, it's now. Oh, she's been on East Coast all week on vacation, on assignment up there in New Hampshire. Seeing
New Hampshire? Do you get it now? Do you get it now, Whiskey?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember movies and lines.
New Hampshire.
Regardless, we're gonna do our first half like we normally first segment. Excuse me, like we normally do. Mississippi, ladies first.
Yes.
What are you drinking? What you drinking?
I'm drinking wine from my cat cooler because I'm classy.
Wow. Well, hey, you got to keep it cold, don't you? Do you have ice in there? Like a slushie?
No, frozen fruit.
Okay, that'll keep it cold. Do you eat the fruit too?
Yes, I eat the fruit. You kidding me?
I don't know. I'm not a wine person. I'm not a wine connoisseur.
Really? Because
Yeah.
you whine an awful lot.
Probably.
Oh.
Damn, she's hitting me with the belt.
Man.
Okay, fine with the wine. Rusty, what you got?
I am drinking Old Faithful.
Look at that. I was wrong.
Benchmark old number. Yeah.
Old number 8, because you can't be as good as old number 7. Okay.
Well, 8
I'm
is
not
the
even-
best number. 8 is the best number.
That's the only reason you drink that crap, isn't it? You got that benchmark shit. Christopher, Mr. Rule 5 Jack Hole.
Tonight, I've got some bourbon. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, some Jim Beam Black Label bourbon.
I'm not a fan of Jim Beam, but I would be willing to try some black.
It says extra aged. It's pretty smooth.
Yep, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Is it? Jim Beam's always been a little too sweet for me. I like his ugly cousin Jack Daniels, but tonight I'm not drinking that. I haven't had Jack Daniels in a couple of weeks actually. I'm still nursing this bottle of Redneck Riviera from the John Rich collection. You know John Rich, Big and Rich, that guy. It's very good. You guys have all had it. It's wonderful. No, I'm not getting paid to say that either. It's that good. Okay, well, what I was just gonna say, Melissa, what?
Yeah.
Did you get your? You were talking about your cat cooler earlier. You got yours personalized. Is that right?
Yes, I did. I don't know if you could see it that well on camera,
No.
but yeah, it says Mississippi.
Yeah, mine doesn't say Mississippi, but it does have the embossed cat, which I know you guys can't see that. The light.
Yeah, I have that.
Seriously,
too.
these things are awesome. I keep my ice in it when I'm doing the show. Keeps it cold. You can get them customized, fully customized. It's a 32 ounce. It's heavy duty, like a Caterpillar tractor. That's how heavy duty it is. They sell cat coolers also over at catcoolers.com. They got a lifetime warranty on them. And you know what? We were out on a boat one day, and her raft got a hole in it, so she jumped in the cooler outside the boat. We'll have to play we'll play the audio someday for you. Yeah, it floats. They're indestructible.
They all float.
I don't know what that means.
I know reference.
I
I
don't
know a lot of the listeners do.
I don't.
We all float down here.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're a little okay.
Whoa.
Did you get it? Did you get it? Chris gets it.
Yeah, we're good now. So, Chris, where do you find cat coolers?
Catcoolers.com. Cat Cooler-
Rusty, where do you find cat coolers? Same place Chris does?
No, really? Catcoolers.com?
And Melissa, where is it you find cat coolers?
I find cat coolers at catcoolers.com, and I use the offer code Mojo.
No, you do not. No. We're stopping. No, we're not going on with what's hard yet. You do not use the promo code Mojo50.
You use the promo code whiskey.
The
Shame on.
promo code whiskey.
Yeah, not the
Yeah.
Code whiskey.
Did
promo
you say
code
homo
whiskey
code?
to get your 10% off.
Homophobic bastard.
You,
But when I did it, we
shame
didn't
on
have
you.
an offer code when I bought.
whatever.
Whatever.
You and your East Coast lobster. All right, fine. We're gonna go with what's hard in the news, Rusty.
Oh, Lord. I have got
know
an
if these-
interest. Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I have got an interesting story that I know probably. It's something that I relate to. So let's just say you're walking around the store mindlessly, perusing the wares.
What kind of store?
And,
I
just
don't peruse in a lot of different kinds of stores now. I just go in and get what I get, and I gotta get out. What kind of store do I peruse in?
just any old store. Let's just say you're just
Car parts,
perusing around and
AutoZone,
whatever. No, I don't know. Anyway,
the liquor store.
so you get done looking around and you decide to leave, but you get stopped by a suspicious store worker who thinks you've shoved one of their items down your pants because your bulge is so monstrous that whatever is creating it can't possibly be part of a human being. At least that's what happened to 47-year-old British man Steve Whitehurst.
Say
he
that
was
name again. What's his address?
Steve Whitehurst found himself in that very situation the other day while leaving Scott's menswear store. I missed that earlier. They stopped him, because he had a bolt. They thought he stuck, some stuff down the front
Like
of
some
his
socks. Is that Walmart? Like he put some socks down his drawer? and
Right.
Had a
Yeah,
bulge?
yeah. But he
wrong with the
proceeded
dude?
to try to calmly explain to store security that he wasn't a thief, but rather just a humble man with a Thor's hammer attached to his pelvis.
No. He did not say that. He did not tell the store. No, seriously, he said that?
Well, no, it doesn't say he said that. I might have just added that part in there, but whatever.
Oh, are you okay? You're embellishing the story. Is that what you're doing?
I might be embellishing just a little, but so he was wearing tight jeans that just so happened to show off the fact that his wang could double as a cannon on a Royal Navy frigate.
So his name again is Steve White.
Steve.
England.
Yeah. The store
He's
staff
got a-
thought basically.
Wait, hold on. He's got a wang that could double as a cannon.
I have a large
Yeah.
penis.
He can say that. The store staff thought basically whatever was in his pants was just too big to possibly be a penis, so they stopped him and accused him of stealing.
Oh my God.
Whitehurst tried to explain that it was all a mix-up and that he's actually just part donkey, but that the store wasn't here.
Wait. Stop the precedent. Where the hell did you get this shit story from? Did you make this shit? Is this like one of the 5 stories that Brad does? And it's the fake story, and APR coffee with the long drum roll at the end, or what?
I have vetted, I guess you would call it. I
No.
looked, and it's on all the different Daily Caller.
No,
What
it's
exactly
not.
did you do to
Yes.
vet the size of this man's penis?
Oh, ho.
He took out a ruler.
But
Are there any asking for a friend? Did they happen to mention the dimensions?
The dimension.
not in this one, but I think in another story it does, and they're saying it's over 10.
Oh, so it had to do with the baby elephant.
How is that? You mean like just the?
So,
Okay.
so if you're going to have a problem, I think that's a problem to have.
That's yeah.
Ah.
So
Maybe
confronted
you
with
need some bigger jeans or something. I mean, stop wearing your freaking millennial skinny jeans. He's
So,
showing off. That's all he's doing. He's showing off, looking for attention.
So confronted with the very real possibility that the law was going to be called on him for no reason, Captain Thunderdong
Oh, jeez, come
took a
on.
male security
Who wrote
personnel
this?
to the back cubicle, pulled down his pants, and proved once and for all that he was being unfairly profiled for being hung like Cthulhu. So,
Okay, I want to know who's the wordsmith on this. This story. This stuff does not go out to all the media sources written like this, does it?
no, probably not.
What's your source you're reading from?
Rare.us.
Yeah, it's rare. It's
But when I searched this story, it came up on it happened like 4 days ago.
Is he still recovering?
I guess.
I think maybe the store personnel might have a little PTSD or something.
He was let go without any more incident, though he did have several phone numbers when he left. So,
Oh my God! Yeah, see this is just you.
That's a
Okay, hold on.
That's a hard knock life.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do the story last, but you wanted to get it in there, didn't you?
Yeah,
Takes a while to
but
get that one in there, you know.
Oh,
slightly venomous Kirk says he understands, but he's learning to deal with it.
oh, is that right?
Yeah.
We'll have to ask slightly venomous Mrs. T.J. Kirk.
Oh,
Person,
he rolls
lady.
It, he said he rolls it like bubble tape. So.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to know. Look, good for you, dude. Whatever. Just moving right along. Then, Rusty, what do you have a more sensible story?
Well, I have a little bit, but it's kind of weird itself too.
Okay,
I have a little bit. I'm just saying.
you got a little bit. That's what she said.
Yeah. So the headline
You're
is
not in competition
Headline.
with the guy from the store, then.
That was a headline.
no.
Okay, moving right along. Jeez.
College student faked having autism to scare away masturbating intruder.
Okay, this is a I'm interested in this because look, I don't know how it would scare. How's it going to scare you away? You might become more interested.
She took a chance, I guess, on this one. But a New York college student found herself confronted with a terrifying sexual predator and thinking quickly, got rid of him in a rather odd way. She
It was a
pretended to
male.
be autistic.
Oh.
Whoa,
Why didn't she just claim to be Rosie O'Donnell? That would have scared him away.
Yeah. So apparently this loser, Ariel Caro, 32 years old, broke into the dorm room of female Pace University student in Pleasantville, New York on September 11th, 2018, forcing his way in after knocking and having the door open for him because the student inside thought he was someone else.
I just want to ask something here. Can you
There's
say
a
the
theme
name of that
going
person
on.
again?
Ariel Caro?
Okay, have you guys noticed this? I mean, look, how many times in a day you hear a news story, and it's always this very odd, hard to pronounce name. It's never like Bob Smith or Bob
Bob
Anderson.
from Playboy.
We know that guy actually, Bob
Yeah.
Anderson.
Playboy.
Anyway,
I want to know,
mean, really?
Ariel Kyroy, what was his end game?
is it Kryptonite? Ariel Kryptonite, or what is it?
I want to know what his end game was. I mean,
Wait, is it a dude?
Yeah, a dude broke into the
Okay.
Pace University female student's room. So he then found his way up to her room, forced his way inside, closed the door behind him, exposed himself, and began masturbating.
Oh no! In front of a person he thought was autistic. That is
Well,
that is so jacked up.
When Caro refused to leave, not knowing what else to do at that moment, she began acting as if she were autistic, repeating a series of expressions, imitating forms of autism she had seen on television. Now,
That's
wait a
messed
minute.
up.
Shouldn't she get in trouble for acting like autistic and not actually being autistic?
Cultural.
isn't that a
That's not
thing?
even cultural. Sorry, that's
Some
Yeah.
kind of
What
appropriation.
what was
That's
she
messed
saying?
up.
Like Rain Man Burn Baby? Like what was she doing?
Whoa. It just says that she repeated these phrases louder and louder until the intruder finally decided to leave.
maybe he wasn't getting getting what he came. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to phrase this different. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't almost there, and he decided just to leave.
Wait a minute. So did he?
No.
I mean, did he get the happy ending, or did he really?
That's what
did it
I'm
work?
saying. Maybe he couldn't
work?
achieve the level of happiness he was looking for because she ruined it for him.
Did it work?
I don't know. It's well,
guess-
maybe because
yeah.
he was found later that night by police in a abandoned dorm room he'd broken into.
Was
Earlier.
he smoking a cigarette? Was he all good, or was he still?
Was he really relaxed, laid back, got his foot and his head leaned up against the wall? Like,
We've got a number of comments that this show is
So-
absolutely derailed.
that's kind of hashtag derailed. All right, the train wreck has happened. Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, there
all
was
right.
that. Let's see. National. Well, that sucks. Where'd that go?
He's losing it.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. National. Today is National VFW Day.
Oh, Veterans of Foreign Wars Day.
Yep. National
I didn't-
Gold Star Mother's Day.
How come I don't know about VFW Day? I didn't get a memo. Melissa, did you
don't
get a
know.
memo?
No, I did not. I got a bunch of letters from the VA, and nobody said anything like that. I heard it was National Sons Day.
Yeah, and we just had National Daughters Day. That was why is it?
Oh,
Seems like that was a pretty big deal, right? That's
Yep.
where are you going? She quit. She's out.
What the hell?
don't know.
It's also National Coffee Day.
Hey, and where do you find the best coffee in the world?
American
AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yes.
They make coffee from the happy tears of unicorns.
Hey, I know he doesn't listen. Handy J.
Andy J.
Yeah. Just want to give him a shout out because Tuesday is National Recognize Employees with Disability Day, and I really think he needs to recognize all of those disabled people with.
You know what? Why is he getting special treatment? Why is this guy getting special treatment?
Oh, he's not. We're recommending that he recognize people
No,
with special
he needs-
handicaps
Well,
like
we're
Brad.
the- Well,
Thank
we're
you.
yeah.
Thank you,
You're
Chris.
probably right.
But,
'cause Handy J just might walk up and kick him in the shin, and
But Chris,
Happy-
how
happy
long?
How long?
We've only got a couple more minutes.
yeah, because we still got other things to go to, but that's okay. How much time do we?
voicemail
How many
time.
voicemails do we have?
7
I
we
don't
can
know
do
if we have
daily-
enough time.
We can get to the daily dumbasses after we come back from the break, and then our
There's
special
4
guest
of
Mike.
us sitting right here.
Pretty much. Yeah. Go ahead. You got time for some voicemails, Chris, or how
I
many
think
do
we
have
got some
today?
time.
All right.
Hello,
Well, let's
and
bust
thank
them
you for
out.
calling the Mojo 50 voicemail service. Please enter your passcode.
Christopher Branham.
To check your messages, press pound.
You have 7 new messages.
To play messages, press 1.
Off Track with Whiskey 6 is still better than getting a catheter from Michael J. Fox.
Oh, dude, come on! You know that guy. I'm starting to recognize that guy's voice from somewhere else, and he's
What the hell is
talking.
a gigawatt?
What?
No, never mind. It was a Michael J. Fox reference.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
To play messages, press 1.
Off Track with Whiskey 6 is still better than getting a catheter from Michael J. Fox.
I backed
You
up
just
too
played
far.
that.
This show is garbage.
Oh.
No one ever listens. It's the equivalent of me changing my dog's food and his bowels disagreeing with it.
He pooping right out. I do know that voice. That's that Dominic Izzo guy.
Right.
Wait. He had to listen in order to listen.
That's
To
true.
tell us
That's
that he
true.
doesn't listen.
Right.
So he's full of shit. Calling
So
you
Off
out. Izzo.
Track
about
with Whiskey 6 featuring Mississippi and the Three Stooges. If the Three Stooges were all curly.
You know, I'm beginning to think that guy, he's a dick.
I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
He's that one guy. He's taking over the role of that one guy, at least.
No, I kind of
Off
agree.
Track with Whiskey 6 really is a fun and entertaining show that informs and educates with a comedic twist. Also, Chris, your check cleared.
Wait. So I'm beginning to worry here, Chris, that this guy, he doesn't like us.
But I don't know. That
mean,
one
or
sounded
maybe
really
he-
positive to me.
Or maybe he has a fetish
Perhaps.
with us.
This next one's fun.
Hmm. He's a stalker.
Off Track with Whiskey 6, where the real stars of the show are the midgets that keep Rusty entertained. Because come on, let's be honest. We all know that if Rusty wasn't kept distracted and he was left to say something smart, the show would be worse than a 100-car pileup on northbound I-75.
Oh my God. Well, I know that voice. That's one Rocky with an I from the Liberty or the Bells of Liberty. Her and Rusty, I think they have a thing, like they go back and forth with the. Well, he stalks her and she sends him midget. I don't
Sends
know,
him
whatever.
midget stuff to try and distract him so she can get away.
'Cause, yeah, there's a restraining order I think that's involved here somewhere, isn't there?
She's gorgeous.
Those
I'm
records are
jealous.
sealed.
Records. Okay, moving right along. Is that it for
Off
voicemail?
Track with Whiskey 6. You know, Rusty doesn't get mad when people calls him ugly. He feels sad for them because he knows how hard life must be for the visually impaired.
That guy's picking on you, man.
Man, damn
You gotta take that shit. You gotta call him out and bust his balls, Rusty.
I just feel sorry for, visually impaired people.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
We're up against the clock here.
Pretty close. I think we got one more.
And how does it feel?
Off
Do
Track
we
with
have one
Whiskey
more?
One more.
6. A show so professional you can't tell the host from the guest. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can. The guests have talent.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Who the hell was that? Who the hell was that?
Yeah, you know who that was.
No, I don't.
I think I know.
I didn't.
Some bearded fellow that joins us on Saturday evenings sometimes from Michigan. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one guy. Yeah, Doc told us skip. Gotcha, brother. Hey, you know what to do. Stick around. Come back and join us for some more derailing and off track. Okay, for all you new folks out there,
It's so funny.
this is bonus material, and if no one is aware of this yet, we're streaming live on Facebook. What's that other place? The new place, Big Johnson Media. We're live over there right now as well. So if you're here, which is not there, you can go there and not be here and still see us everywhere, and you know what I'm saying.
What?
So.
No, I don't.
I did also confirm that on whiskey6.com we are streaming live.
We are streaming live, yes, on Whiskey 6. That is whiskey6ix.com right here, right now. And give that some love because, well, we all need a little love. So go do that. Stick around. We got another minute here. We got our special guest joining us. That one guy. And then we're going to get into...
yeah, he's here.
You don't have any more... Yeah, he's here. He's down there sitting back. He's chilling. And...
he's contemplating his current life choices.
Yeah, he's wondering, damn, do I really want to do this and screw up my my reputation? But, yeah.
Hey, but I really want to know, did acting autistic work?
Yes, the guy left.
Bother me.
Yeah, the guy left.
Oh, before he...
Yes, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Before or after the question. She's trying to find out whether he got his rocks off before he left.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Yeah.
Oh,
Coming
I'm going
back
mute.
live. Good evening and welcome back to Off Track. Whiskey 6 here. Damn, I love that song. That's the I think that's the non-copywritten version. Is that a copywritten version? You're shaking your head at me. What are you saying, Rusty?
No, it was free music found on YouTube.
You know what it sounds exactly like? Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Anyway, great song.
You know what exactly is, right?
Face like an ass? What?
No, it's when your breath smells exactly like your ass.
Oh, I was going to say,
I was
thought it was
close.
$20.
Famous downtown.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, guys, welcome in. Mr. Mike Phillip from American Uck Radio. How are you this evening, Mike?
I'm doing great. I was watching you guys on YouTube before I joined you live here, and it's good to know. You know, all you got to do is act autistic, and you can fend off a sexual assault, and you might get a free show in the process, right?
You know what? I think we got a little confused on that because we were always told to act authentic, not autistic. Let's not do that. That's not.
I carry a rape whistle.
That's a disturbing story. Like, very disturbing.
It was, yeah.
From both sides of from both outlooks there, I guess.
I still have a lot of questions.
Well,
I'll be researching that later.
Okay, good.
But I'm still going to be looking for Steve Whitehart in England.
I don't know who that is.
That was Big Johnson from the first story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, folks, now that our super guest here, the guest star, Mr. Mike Phillip from American Uck Radio, like I said, you guys can find him on his own show Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50 iHeartRadio, and oh gosh, Mike, where else can everybody find you?
You can catch the podcast at AmericanUckradio.com, our website. We've got some great articles and original content with our staff writer, Peyton J. Smith. And I want to give a shout out to our illustrious producer, Super Don Naylor, who has ran board for some of the biggest names in the industry, Laura Ingram, Michael Savage, Phil Hendry, people like that. And we've got a really great team, and things seem to be really panning out with Mojo. And I appreciate you guys having me on the show. I really do.
Hey,
well, go ahead.
Mike, I'm a listener. I do love your show. Just recently started listening.
Thank you.
And but I think what makes you a super guest, in my eyes, I don't know how Chris feels, but in my eyes, the jersey you're wearing really touches my heart.
I can't see
Big
one.
time.
It's I actually own.
He's wearing a Patriots jersey.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Pats jersey, but the fact is, I just like jerseys. I've got football jerseys, I got hockey jerseys, I got baseball jerseys. I think they're cool. I've got a load of them, and I picked this one out, and it looks like I picked the right one.
I think you did, and I'm thinking all those other jerseys are Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics.
He's wearing that one because his Aaron Rodgers jersey's in the wash.
Who's Aaron Rodgers? I've never heard of her.
What?
Think,
Sorry, I don't. Who's this chick you're talking? Oh, figure skater. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll stop talking sports now. I'll stop. Go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, no, look, seriously. So we want to get everyone's take, and this is why we wait for our guests to come aboard with us to cover a couple stories and see if they can derail some folks with us and get their take on it and stuff. We've got a couple stories here. We're going to do the Daily Dumbass first. The first one comes from September 30th, which isn't that today? I don't know what the hell today's date is.
29th.
29th. Well, wait. Today can't be the 29th if this is the story from the 30th. I don't know.
It might be 2018.
No, this is 2019. It says right here. Maybe maybe they posted it early for tomorrow. I honestly don't know. I just looked it up, but
Well,
here it
it's
is.
probably the 30th here because we're always just a little bit ahead of Canada.
Well, there's that. I mean,
Don't get me
Canada's
started.
kind of like England, isn't it? We kicked their ass in the war. No. Anyway. No. All right, going all the way to Spain for today's Daily Dumbass. An entry from the Nice Try Department. Police in Madrid pulled over a 34-year-old man and happened to notice he had a ton, yes, that would be 1,100 pounds, actually, of marijuana plants in his van. That's a big-ass van. You have 1,100 plants. I mean, I guess it depends on the size.
Like they're not in pots, right? You compress them.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's a good question. It says the guy.
guessing.
This is a short one, by the way, too. The guy's excuse was they're not marijuana. They are, quote, peppermint. I don't think it takes a dog to even find out the truth on this matter. The officers, they didn't fall for it because they have noses. He was arrested. That's pretty. That's just that was like the dumb story. I didn't even think it was worth them posting, but
Roz would like to point out how it's the 30th. It's in Spain. It's the 30th there. They're ahead of us.
That is, it was posted
6,
10
7
hours ago, though,
hours.
so it would be early. Sure, I don't know. It doesn't even matter.
I know that London is 7 hours ahead.
There you go. Okay.
Spain would be like probably 8 or 9.
Well, you have a fresh story, so that's good. You're ahead
Yeah,
of it.
it's probably the freshest thing we've ever done this show. Okay, here's the other one I got. There comes a point. This is from the 26th, by the way. And yes, it was on the 26th. There comes a point in every criminal's life when denial just won't work. An inmate from Nashville named Kenneth was being strip searched after guards accused him of hiding contraband. Hey, Melissa, where do you hide contraband?
I never carry contraband. What the hell are you talking
Okay,
about?
let me ask you it a different way. Where have you seen contraband hidden?
Oh, in my line of work, usually vaginally, anally, or in their stomach.
I don't have a vaginal. Sorry.
Oh, really?
What's your line of work, Melissa?
Well then.
I'm a customer service representative.
Doing body cavity searches? Okay.
No, I used to be. Years ago when I was still active duty in the Navy, I worked at before I became military police. I worked in the brig, the military prison for 3 years before that. So yeah, a lot of interesting things.
She knows about these things, and I think Rusty does too, because he really had the answer earlier. You stepped up to the plate and you said, "I know what's going on here." Not from you did. So he kept telling them he wasn't hiding anything, and he stuck to that story. And even after they saw the plastic bag of drugs dangling from his butt hole, so it's pretty sad. You can deny it all you want, and the evidence is just swinging in the
I guarantee you the words were uttered when they said, "But there's drugs hanging out your ass." It's not mine. It's not
somebody
mine.
else put that there.
The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
Try to resell it. Does that make you a dirty cop?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Right.
Boo.
Can I mirror that dumbass real quick with a quick story that one of my Coffee Talk friends sent me?
Let me finish this real quick.
Yeah, finish.
It's just the last couple whatevers, but
I know,
yeah,
you need to
it's
finish.
just said, so that's awkward, and even Kenneth tried to fight off the guards, and they had to pepper spray him.
Wow.
Dude, you got it hanging out your butt. Why are you going to resist at this point? And you're going to get pepper sprayed for being, like Chris just played the little sounder there, for being a dumbass. Jeez.
Everyone in this room
Yeah.
is now dumber for having listened to it.
Exactly.
There's that. I'm sorry, Melissa, go ahead. You probably have something better to say anyway.
Well, no, a friend of mine, one of my Coffee Talk friends, Vanessa, sent me this today, and it's kind of shaped like a tampon, but it's for pregnant women, and it plays music to your fetus
Whoa.
if you're pregnant, and it's called a baby pod, and some of the names that they were coming up with was the musical tampon, it jams for your clam, iTunes for your spoon, and a subwoofer for your muffer.
Wait, is this a real once again, is this a real story?
I don't know. Vanessa sent it to me.
Vanessa,
I bet it is.
hey, I know that chick. I'm going to have words with her.
No, I bet it is, because she wouldn't lie to me.
Well, no, I mean, not like a lie, but I mean, these stories, it's just like...
No, I know how expectant mothers are, especially first time. Yeah, you'll do some crazy shit for your...
No, I mean, the names of the product. I get the product. Okay, fine. But the names they come up with, it just seems like it makes it a fake story.
Oh, I could come up with a lot more, but we would be censored.
So is this like a USB stick? Like, can you have it plugged in while it's inserted, or what? What's the deal?
Does it vibrate?
I think you charge it. You charge it with USB. I don't. Now you can't see it on my phone. I'll tweet it out later, but it's almost like a tampon or an. Well,
you could call it Bob.
Like a lollipop. I don't know.
You call it Bob. It'd be like a battery operated baby, something. I don't know. Never mind.
Bob,
got a cord though, so it's not.
That's awkward.
Yeah. Moving right along. Okay, fine. Well.
All right, so let's get to our guest.
Yes, I agree. Let's do this. So, Mike, how long you been over at Mojo 50 now?
I've been at Mojo 50. Actually, we just right after Doc Thompson died. I was still on GCN, and we were in talks with Ron Phillips to the big issue with us coming over to Mojo was our time clock was different, because on GCN we had 4 segments on the hour with commercial breaks in between, and what they were thinking of doing was just running our show anyway with the commercial breaks, because they liked our content, and we had gone ahead and made some little zingers with me pretending I was Jesse Ventura, talking about how American Rock Radio will make you a goddamn mojo sexual. And we were airing those and sending them to Ron and, just to impress him, show him that we were team players and whatnot. And then I was covering a story on GCN, and as an intro, we used a Body Count song that Dave Mustaine from Megadeth had done with them, and it had the national emergency alert tone. You know, the one that you hear right before you get nuked on the TV? And I got a call from the engineer, George, over at GCN, and he said, we're going to have to let you go because you accidentally triggered the national emergency alert system, which I don't actually think happened. But the thing is, GCN was circling the drain at that time because they had Alex Jones was kind of their bread and butter forever. And he went off on his own and started his own little network and started distancing himself from GCN. And so that was kind of it for them. And so, we were thinking, well, what the hell are we going to do now? And I called Ron and I said, look, the issue with the time clock is not an issue anymore. We'll take that Saturday time slot over a Mojo. So this actually started right around the time when Amtrak got rid of your fearless leader here. So
right on. Well, I was actually approached by one of our faithful listeners. I'm assuming you probably, you know her. That's Miss Kitty, Pat Kitty.
Pat is the one that mentioned us to Ron, and I've got to give a big shout out to Pat. I love her.
Yeah, she had she got with me too and said, "Hey, check this guy out," And so I went over to before you were on Mojo and checked you out, and it's very. You know what? I really like the fact that we get someone. Even though you're an American citizen, you're a dual citizen of Canada and the United States, it's nice to get a perspective kind of from the outside looking in. So I really appreciate that outlook. I mean, you get it from a lot of the people over in Britain and the other countries, and they just seem so stuffy. And they're not dual citizens, so they really don't have any interest that I see. So it's like, why are you talking about us? But you were born here, and now you just live out of the country, so you see it from a Canadian point of view as well. So I think that brings a lot to not just talk radio, but of course Mojo 50 as well. So it's very, very good to have you over here.
Well, let me just correct you there. Actually, I was born in Alberta, Canada.
I got that backwards.
I was born in Alberta, Canada, and my father is from Chicago. He served in the military. I've got an uncle in Arlington National Cemetery. I got a cousin in the U.S. Air Force that's stationed in South Korea right now. The majority of my family down there are a bunch of Democrats, but my father is just a crazy right-wing, conservative libertarian type, and so I grew up that way. And I grew up, the vast majority of my life, I've lived in a couple of states, but the vast majority of my life has been in Alberta, Canada. And I think, quite honestly, living in Canada and having the family that I did caused me to look at the situation in Canada and what I was surrounded with and the things that I heard in the media and what people said around me. And it caused me to, I didn't go to school learning about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and the founding and the Boston Tea Party and the Stamp Act and the blah, blah, blah. I had to dig in and learn that stuff on my own. So I would get U.S. textbooks and different history books. And this is before the internet. So I would sit up in my room until 3 or 4 in the morning reading about the history of the United States of America. And then I kind of dug into the history of Canada. And the founding and philosophy of both countries are very different. And, ultimately in the end, I decided that I want to be an American and I want to do things right. And I didn't sneak across the Mexican border. I went through all the appropriate channels. The State Department was a real bitch to deal with. I had to, ultimately, to get anybody on the phone, I had to dial the number for the death or imprisonment of a U.S. citizen abroad. And they were not happy about that. But I said, if you'd answer your regular phone, people wouldn't have to do this stuff. So I ended up having to drive 3 hours down to the U.S. consulate in Calgary, where I applied for a U.S. passport. I had to give proof that I was a citizen. I had all my dad's Army documents, and all of that. And at the end of the day, I ended up with a passport that says birthplace Canada, nationality United States of America. And I promote the USA in every way, form, and fashion that I can. In fact, I had a Conservative Party of Canada candidate come to my door the other day. We've got a federal election coming up on October 21st. And I just basically gave him a big lecture in front of my whole neighborhood on the importance of an electoral college and a proper voting system. And I basically told him this is not a country. And so, the Liberals in Ottawa, they want to put these carbon taxes on us. They want to make our lives hell, shut down our industry, steal our money and give it to the East. And none of that would be possible if we had a proper voting system. And furthermore, the provincial leaders have more power than the federal leaders, that you are allowing them to walk on us. So you tell me who's worse, them or you. And it goes the same as your state reps.
Bam!
Get some of that, Melissa.
Freaking mic drop. He's got me all. We're on a political platform, but we normally don't talk politics. But man, you want me to? You're making me want.
Go for it, girl.
No, I'm good.
I kind of.
She's over there. She's got her hand up. She's raising the roof.
I do that. Like when I first started listening to him, I had no idea what American Nuck meant, and then I started listening to him, and I get all fired up because he's not like. He doesn't have like a shtick where he's fake angry or passionate. Like he's like the real deal. He's like, Urgh! And then I get all excited. And well, I don't know if you know my friend. Whiskey, you know about her, but my friend Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
She's still a Canadian citizen working on her American citizenship, and she came down here. I'm hoping one of the other show hosts picks her up for. Building America. I sent her number to Jen, but Vanessa's been so busy. But she was a trauma nurse in Canada and was called down from 9/11 for 9/11, and it was supposed to be a 6-week gig, and she ended up staying here for 6 months. And she's got an amazing story. But when I hear Mike talk, I get all like, I get so fired up because. Don't get me started. Go.
The Jackals and the MeWe, they got all fired up too. Boy, there's a lot of clapping and gifs of clapping. And then there's this one guy says something about, who is this Mike guy? Kind of looks like the love child of Ross Perot and Charlie Daniels.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think that's a compliment.
Well, I got to tell you, Mike, I really appreciate that little patch you have on your hat. That Jack Daniels logo. That's
this hat was $5 in a bargain bin at Zellers, and the Jack Daniels patch came in a I can't remember what anniversary bottle of Jack it was, but I've had this for about 8 years, and I used to wear this on stage when I used to drum and lead sing in various rock and roll bands, and so it's kind of my shtick now. Yeah, and I wear it around, cool. And it's funny because. I'll be in Edmonton and some pink hair and nose ring will come walking by me and I'm wearing a flag of Betsy Ross on my T-shirt, and I'll get them looking at it going, And I think
what are you, American?
Oh, yeah. You've been triggered, bitch. I live for that shit.
So I really appreciate the fact, it's like, okay, like Melissa's saying, you get all fired up. And you know what? We hear a lot of people in the media, and yes, both sides, and you would think that, oh my goodness, we'd get fired up from someone on the right or conservative or libertarian aspect, but coming from a guy like you who lives in another country and appreciates appreciates America for what they see, what they don't have in the country they live in, that should speak volumes to Americans who live here and don't get it.
Well, and listen, I'll speak to that a little bit. I don't think that being born on a certain patch of dirt makes you an American. I don't care what anybody says. It's, when I hear people trash talking the Bill of Rights, when I hear people saying we need more laws to protect gay people, we need more laws to protect trannies, we need more. You have that enshrined. It is a God-given right. It doesn't specify your sexuality. It says that if you are a flesh and blood man or woman, then these rights are inalienable. I mean, it's just, you have that already. So, I mean, to try and twist things around in such a way, I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't understand how you can live in San Francisco and smell the feces and dodge the needles on your way to work every morning and still think that it's a good system, or that the Democrat Party or a bunch of commies are ever going to do anything for you. I don't understand it. And it's the same thing with Canadians. But I'll tell you what, I've had this conversation with a lot of people in Canada, and they ultimately, in the end, either walk away hating my guts, or they concede that I'm right and that they're being shortchanged on the rights that they had when God birthed them into this world, when they were conceived in the womb. That's when it started. I mean, think about it. The miracle that is you. That's what they try to destroy. That's why they want to abort babies. That's why they want to tell you that you can pick your own gender. I mean, think about it. You grew from a single-celled organism into what you are today. It takes literally 1 trillion electrical connections just for you to do this, right? Just to lift an arm, to grab a cup while you're walking across the lawn, thinking about your bills, thinking about a show that you're planning later on, all these things that we're capable of that we take for granted on a daily basis, and these people just spit on it and walk on it, and we need to be thankful. And that's what an American is.
And they're not. They take it for granted. But I do have to disagree with you in one area.
I don't care.
I do believe that trannies have rights. They have a lot of rights, because without them, our cars, our vehicles would not be able to shift.
You have a right to tranny fluid.
Could not get into gear.
My car has a right turn signal.
My husband works on trannies.
Also
all
has
the
a left
time.
turn signal, but anyway.
All right, so we can agree that they have a right to be topped up with tranny fluid, whatever that entails.
They do, like the tranny fluid.
Just like
and
blinker
every
fluid.
once in a while, when my husband has people in the garage and they're trying to rebuild a tranny, they
different.
Whoa, rebuilding the tranny?
They
different tranny.
And it's
Different
like, hey,
tranny.
babe, where's the Vaseline at? We're rebuilding the tranny. And I'm like,
You know, Mike, you're talking, you kind of triggered me on a thought when you're talking about, you know, being born and from a cell and all this. And, you know, humans are an animal species, but it seems as though, like you said, they just think, "Oh my God, you're in the womb. You're a clump of cells. You're not a human," and they don't even appreciate the human. They don't appreciate human life. They would much more appreciate. And I've made this
hey,
statement
one of the
before.
human conditions are humans want to listen to music, and look, these unborn babies
Right, we
want to
have
listen to music.
Yeah, we know that animals have some sort of feelings, or they don't have that consciousness that we have. They don't. Melissa, I know you're like, I know where you're at, because we've had these conversations as well. But the human race, we're not animals. We rose above. We have feelings, thoughts, and souls, and we are special. We have connections to everything.
Let me just add to that, okay? I think here's the beauty of it. You get to decide your value based on the value that you place on yourself. And every single dictator in history that has wanted to kill a large group of people, what did they do? Look at the Hutus and the Tutsis in that war over there, and then genocide. They go on the radio and they demonize their opponent. They say they're not human. They don't have souls. Well, instead of an external force telling somebody else that you're not worth anything and that you're garbage, all of a sudden these people are telling themselves that, and then they externalize it, and all of a sudden you got a Planned Parenthood on every corner. I mean, it's a really sophisticated death machine, but when the dark is darker, the light is lighter, and that's that little space that we occupy. So, I mean, I'm so thankful to be alive and to be able to go on Mojo 50 Radio and to get up in the morning and be with my wife and build a show and try to entertain people and get them think. And it's really beautiful. So, again, thanks for having me on. This is a wonderful opportunity. I appreciate it.
It is very beautiful to be a human, because we built the earth. We make things better, not only for humans.
Don't trigger. No, don't trigger.
What?
It's not just humans. We have angry
That's what I'm
beavers.
saying.
We have a river fish. Wow. We have a surprise duck. There are all of these listeners that identify as a different species, but we got to show.
I'd be surprised if duck was listening.
The respect that they deserve.
Well, look, I think we make the earth better for the humans. Make the earth a better place to live, and the left would sit here and say we're destroying the earth. That's bullshit, because there is nothing that us humans could do to this earth to destroy it. The earth will destroy it. The earth is going to do what the earth's going to do.
That is so cocky, all that climate change bullshit. It is so cocky to think that we have the power to do any of that crap. We don't.
We are nothing but microorganisms on this earth.
No, I appreciate the fact where people are cleaning up after each other. Yeah,
sure.
Don't leave your trash. Like, don't be an asshole. Really, rule number one. But we cannot change the climate. I'm sorry.
No, we can't. We can't change the climate. But what we can do is go fill your glasses up and come right back for some more Mike Phillips, excuse me, from American Duck Radio, right here on Off Track. Stick around. We'll be right back. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We off air?
Yeah, well, we're not off air, but yeah, we're on
a couple of Facebook pages and YouTube
Facebooks, but that's it. Other than that, we're off Mojo.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to step out just for a second. All right, you
guys? Go right ahead.
By the way, great choice of outro there. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution.
That's right, brother. That's
right. I'll be right back.
4 minutes. I'm going to smoke too.
I'll be right back too. I'm going to go find somebody autistic to masturbate to.
I'm going to watch midget porn.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, I thought it was like the martial arts thing.
I thought you were taking
the midget martial arts. It's called
Didn't
partial
you go through
arts.
rehab for midget porn?
Yeah.
Come on, Rusty. All right.
BRB, LOL.
And everyone leaves me here to my lonesome. So, okay, so I'm over in Facebook right now, and I'm looking at your comments. Let's see who all's in the Facebook land today. Oh, I see Doug. That would be Miss Pat Kitty. Patch, Sarah, Dwayne. Roz is up in the house. Yeah. Okay, who else? Y'all got some good people up in. Oh, look at that. Rocky's here. Rocky with an I. Dustin. Yep. Hey.
Yeah, you got left alone.
Hey, there's that Off Track people. They're there's a lot of people over there. There's Barbara. Right on. All right, let's go check the MeWe's here. The MeWe's, the Off Track. I'm over in Off Track right now, and of course, they can't hear me, but you guys can. We can keep you company, Whiskey 6. I'm here. Yay. Yeah. Pink Floyd. Okay. Well, I don't know how you guys' weekend's been, but I haven't done a whole lot this weekend. I've been relaxing, taking it easy, keeping the house show ready. It's on the market for us to get finished up here in Arizona and move back to Illinois. But just keeping that good to go. Had some pool problems, pump's not running and stuff. But went to church this morning, had a great message. I needed to hear it, and probably need more of that. Need some more Jesus. Just saying. Need some Jesus.
Well, it can't hurt. I mean,
look,
I'm a big fan.
It's a help. It's going to help, man. So, yeah.
I tell you, I pray. I give thanks before I eat my meal. I bow my head and give thanks to my Creator. I pray that I can put together a good show, be a better father, better husband, friend, brother. And I'm a guy without a plan, right? I pray, I ask God for things, and then I just stumble into the positions like, boom, you're on Mojo, you're on GCN, you know what I mean? So, like,
right.
Praying works, man, and I never know what I'm going to get, but it gets better all the time.
It's funny, I swear to God, everyone listening right now, we have not talked about this yet, but that's actually what the message was about today. It was about praying. and the why. He had the little thing up there. There's a core. The core is why. Why do you pray? And there's the what for and the the outer rings of, but the why. And sometimes we get it wrong. I mean, it's okay to pray for, I need this, I need this, I need that, I need help with this, whatever. But damn, just have a conversation with God and bring it home, man. For His glory. So.
Are we back on air?
Pretty tight.
Not yet.
Okay.
No. We got it.
Less than a minute. Well, 10 seconds.
Coming back.
I've got the same
5 seconds.
So I could just look at my atomic clock and I would know these things. But
coming in hot right now. Welcome back to Off Track. This glorious Sunday evening, hanging out with the one and only Mike Phillip from American Uck Radio, and of course, as always, my crew, and of course, ladies first. She's not back to her microphone yet, so we're going with Mr. Rusty Lugnuts. Say hello, brother. What's happening?
What's up, folks?
Well, what's happening? Just what?
I'm doing a radio show right now, so don't be bothered.
Oh, okay. You're occupied, preoccupied. Chris, what's happening, brother?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wanted to wish a happy birthday to one Zig the Truckin' Gator.
Happy birthday, Zig.
Right?
Oh my gosh, that guy?
Yeah, that millennial. He's always worried about people disrespecting him and treating him like a kid.
You mean he's taking offense to things?
Right. He
I thought he was a jackhole.
You ever picture him sitting in his truck when somebody's talking to him like he's a kid? It sounds something like this.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart, and I want to spend.
Well, happy birthday, Zig.
Happy birthday, Zig. We love you.
I guess there's that.
I wonder did he get the new little G.I. Joe things for his birthday? Because he's like, what, 15 or
16,
something?
17, something like that.
He's like a little
he's
kid.
Like,
no, because he has a CDL. He has a CDL, so he is at least 21 years of age.
They'll give that to anybody.
I know, right? You know what it took to get a CDL back in our day, Rusty?
Oh, man.
Yeah, okay. They gave them to us. Never mind.
Yeah.
Zig doesn't want me to do a happy birthday to him, does he?
Yes.
Do I got to do the...
Let me zoom in here.
Marilyn Monroe style?
Yeah, the... Happy birthday.
There it is, folks.
Zig.
There's your happy birthday from one Mississippi. I hope Zig's wife's not watching.
Happy birthday.
He's home this weekend.
Oh, well, he's probably not listening then.
Yeah, he is. He's in the chat room on YouTube.
Mississippi is pulling
I think
we're down, and I'm looking at... why am I looking at Rusty?
I don't know. That's a good question.
We're not on the whole view. It's only...
Melissa, you remember that day you sounded like a boy on the mic?
For that.
Am I doing that again?
Yes.
Yes.
Your voice changed from the time you left to the time you come back.
Okay, give me a minute.
Exit out and come back or something. In the meantime,
it's the tranny coming out in her.
It was the joke. It's karma. The tranny joke got her. Yeah, absolutely.
And Roz over on the Facebook says you can trust somebody that really does have a bad tranny.
I don't think so. Just saying. I mean,
I don't
trust
like
anybody.
the worst thing that can happen to you if you blow a tranny on your way home from work.
Oh, that's worse than blowing a seal.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I think I'd rather. You know, if it was a gun to my head, I'd take the seal.
Is it a boy or girl? Yeah. We can do another news story, but did she make it back in yet? No, she's not here yet. Okay. Look, a man accused. Well, here's the California police Colette. Let me get my speaking lips working here. California police catch alleged stalker in a corn maze. Or is that cornrows? I'm not sure. Corn maze, yeah. A man accused of stalking his ex-girlfriend hid from police in a popular corn maze in Northern California pumpkin patch. On Saturday, investigators said Ryan Watt, 29, was arrested at the PPP. That would be the Petaluma pumpkin patch.
Not penis.
No.
No.
Petaluma pumpkin patch.
Oh.
Jeez, Rusty. That's north of San Francisco. Not that it's it's irrelevant. Whatever. That was 11 a.m. Saturday, according to the Petaluma police news release. Watt was accused of violating a restraining order by stalking his former girlfriend online, in person, and using GPS tracking device secretly planted on her car. They make those? I mean, I thought, isn't that illegal? Obviously.
I just cannot imagine that it's that good. I mean, that's.
I want to know, is she hot? There's no picture of her or him.
I don't care. I mean, it's not that good.
No, it's not. You're right. Police said he was arrested multiple times earlier this month. Incidents included Watt allegedly showing up at his ex-girlfriend's home uninvited, attending her son's school athletic practices uninvited, hacking her social media accounts and texting her to let her know he was monitoring her whereabouts, according to the news release. So basically, he has a restraining order against him, and he's letting her know that he's monitoring her and calling her while he has a restraining order. This guy's a freaking moron.
I mean, if he just put half of the effort into finding another woman, which is going to disappoint him later anyway. But still, I mean...
Whoa! Rusty, what are you saying? You know how much confidence in the relationships.
Bitches be crazy.
Whoa!
And I'm just saying.
You know what? We're going to get the hand from behind your blue screen, and it's going to come up and smack you right in the back of the head here. You better look over your shoulder. Judy's...
She went to bed, so I can talk any damn way I please.
I'm glad I'm sending her this show.
And I can talk any way that I want to when I'm ready to sleep on the couch.
Yeah. As soon as my wife doesn't know. That's the man song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that Haywood Banks? I don't quite remember who sang that, but
John Moray.
John Moray. Yes, there you go. That guy's good. I like him. I haven't heard of him for a while, but
just played on my show the other day.
Did you really?
Did so, yeah.
I thought you played the woman one.
We did, yeah, but it was the man song a few days before that. I like bringing back into these old shows like Bob and Tom and John Boy and Billy and grabbing some of that stuff for nostalgia's sake. It's not very original, but damn it, it's good radio.
Yeah, the man show, that was for when you had to apologize for mansplaining, wasn't it?
Well, no, it's called the man song. But there was a man show.
About that whole fight with Jan?
Yeah, the Susie Sandwich Maker or something like that.
Whoa.
That was that was a lot of fun, actually.
Did she think that's a lot of fun?
I have to admit, she kind of scares me a little bit. I'm just saying.
I see, every woman scares you.
Well, because they're crazy.
You want to hear something funny about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I had said something in her chat room, and she got annoyed with me and called me out on air. And so I said, hey, I private messaged her after, and I said, let's Let's go at it live, you and me. And she said, okay. So I listened to her next show, and she kind of went off on me. And it was funny.
That was good.
It was funny. And so I sent a copy of that show to my producer, and he started grabbing some audio out of it. And we put together the rebuttal. And she was telling me after, like, she called me and she said, that was just great. You really nailed it. It was awesome. And I was driving my kids to school, and they were laughing. Like, they thought it was so funny. But her husband was at work and just happened to have Mojo on. And he didn't know that this was going on, right? So he's got Mojo on. Here's some dipshit in Canada all of a sudden talking smack about his wife. And I guess by the time he came home, he was stewing so hard he was ready to buy a plane ticket and fly up here and get in my face about it. And he had to let him know. Like, no, we were doing this. It was a thing, right? But yeah, no, he was at work just stewing all day about it.
That's what's good about communication between spouses. You just let people know what let them know what you're doing. And I think Melissa's making it. Okay, Melissa's back. How do you sound?
Do I sound better? Do I sound normal?
You sound like Melissa again.
I'm not Abby Normal anymore.
No, you're not a man anymore. You're not a tranny.
No, Abby Normal.
I got you.
Okay.
So what'd you do?
How dare you?
How dare you? That chick. Look, let me tell you about this Greta. What's her face?
Thornburg or some shit.
Thornburg. Yeah. So I gotta say, I have a little. I'm torn here. Look, I know she's 16. She's got her own mind and everything, but I sincerely believe that she's been completely indoctrinated. And honestly, I know this. They put her up in there to take attention off of Trump. That's the only reason they did it.
Yeah, so they don't see what the other hand is doing.
Right. Look at this over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but wasn't that speech that he gave at the UN beautiful, where he talked about open borders being an evil, repressive law? It hurts people. He talked. I mean, that was the best damn speech. What Trump did was he walked right into the globalist front yard, hiked his pants down, pulled out a newspaper, and laid a fresh dookie on their front lawn with all of them watching. And
you're damn right.
Greta Thunberg thing. She comes to Canada, and they have this worldwide Climate Day march in Canada. I'm telling you, it was freezing cold outside, and there's just crowds of idiotic sheep that are just begging to be fleeced, marching. Now, the thing that's significant about it is that Greta Thunberg's little entourage of people, her handlers, if you will, bring her to Canada just 3 weeks before a federal election, so Justin Gay Sox Trudeau can go and grandstand with the whole climate change thing with Greta Thunberg. She's going to come and tell us how to live our life.
Mr. Brownface himself.
We all need to listen to a little girl. That'll be the day, man, when what man lets a little girl tell them what to do? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. She's pulling at the heartstrings of the left. And she's got her pigtails up from the girl, like the girl from the 30s or whatever it was when they did this shit back then. It's all smoke and mirrors.
She looked like Laura Ingalls, all innocent with braids and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next show. I'm gonna have braids and start crying about some shit.
It's all to take the attention off the man who's talking something important to the United States citizens.
I gotta come at this from a different angle. Yes, terrible and all that crap's going on. But does she not have a awesome freaking voice?
No. It's evil.
You don't like that voice?
Shut your
I think she could. I think she could
I'm
do.
gonna do that next show.
I think
I'm
she
gonna have braids and start crying about some shit.
It's all to take the attention off the man who's talking something important to the United States citizens.
I gotta come at this from a different angle. What the hell happened?
What's going on?
Chris.
Oops.
Behind the glass.
You gotta love live radio, folks.
Yeah. I'm like, I just said that. Wait, I'm saying it again. Okay. Anyway,
I thought it was important. We just needed to hear it again. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
That's what I was doing.
The one thing about these kids, when these kids want to go out on a platform and start speechifying about stuff, Why do they always do it during a school day? If it's that freaking important, finish your school
You should be,
and then do it on a Saturday. You know, like that Hog Kid used to do that too, or all these people doing, or all of these kids doing these marches or trying to get their voices heard. Why are they going to walk out of school? Stay
So they
in
get out of
school.
school.
Stay
It's the
in
same.
school. Do it on a Saturday if it means that much to you. Let me see the sacrifice.
To me, it's the same principle as the NFL protests and stuff. They're only going to do it on camera during a game, but they don't really mean it, because if they meant it, they'd be doing it all the time, not on camera, not during a game when when there's no publicity. If they really wanted to stand up for what they believe in, they'd be doing it all the other times as well.
That's right, Whiskey. Do your job, and we'll hear your opinion later.
I don't have to listen to their damn opinion. That's why I don't watch football anymore.
Oh, I thought it was
I'm not
because you didn't
boycotting
get
them.
it.
I just don't. I just change the channel. I don't give a shit about them. They make too much damn money anyway. Who gives a shit?
Hey, you know what I think I'm going to talk about next week?
Greta Thunberg?
Guess what's on The View this week?
Oh God, I'm afraid to know that.
The Clintons.
Oh my! Can I puke now?
Oh Lord!
I love
I
you
feel very
guys so
dirty.
much. No, my new brother's here. I love you guys so much. Love the listeners, and I'm going to sacrifice. I'm actually going to watch it because I know that's content, and I'll have a puke bag, some ginger, some peppermint, whatever drugs that I can, anti-nausea, Pepto-Bismol, whatever. Yeah, but I'm going to watch it because I think that's going to be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, Mike, so you got your start. How'd you get your start in radio?
My dad was in communications in the U.S. Army, and then when he wanted to get into radio, I was about 10 years old. And did I say a boot?
A boot.
Did I?
You were close. Close.
I was okay. You guys just
but no cigar.
You got me. Okay, so I was about 10 years old, and
There you go.
my father went to broadcast school, and he brought me with him. And the owner of the place, the guy's name was Mel Stevens, and he was kind of a pioneer of radio in this area and put out some bigger names for Western Canada. And he took me aside and had me writing copy and putting together commercials, doing voiceovers. Then that was actually in 1985. Then I grew up in radio stations doing request night, where my dad would be running the request line. I would answer the phone. And, Jack wants to request Don't Come Around Here No More from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers for Jill. I would write that down, run to the LP library, because it was all records then, grab the record, bring it in. You got 5 discs, right? Turntables. You find the song, cue it up so that when he goes to air, he can hit the button and the song is right there. So I spent a lot of time in radio stations, and I would get paid cash on the side for doing things in the station. And then in 95, I went back to the same school, and I got a broadcast and journalism degree. I was a news director at a little FM stick just outside of Edmonton, Alberta. And back then, this is really interesting because this was the early days of the internet, right? So you had Associated Press, you had Associated French Press, you had Associated Canadian Press. And so
I like French press coffee.
I was going to say that's nice coffee.
What you did was you had a choice of about 10 different stories. You picked 3 for the top of the hour, and you wrote 3 different versions of the same story so that it was slightly different at the top and the bottom of the hour. But that's how locked down the media was at that time. Stations all across North America had their pick of the same stories, and it's the same way today, even though people have access to a huge amount of information with the internet being as open as it is. But here's the thing. You look at these clips of, Conan O'Brien would have on people, this is an existential threat over to Don Lemon, existential threat over to Joe Scarborough.
I noticed that they say the same thing. All
Alyssa
of them.
knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes, they have like montages of.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, and these guys with the access to the volume of information that they have, they're so damn lazy that they don't even write 3 different versions of the same damn story in their own words anymore, which is what we had to do back then. So, and that was back when people still slightly trusted the media. It was kind of on its way out. It wasn't like, the days of yore when Walter Cronkite was America's dad, before Bill Cosby and the whole rape thing. But it was, it's been really interesting to me being a classically trained broadcaster, watching how the industry has shifted. And so when I do my show, I try to inject some different things. That's instead of just talking about the top issue of the day, because every single show is talking about the same thing. So I try and throw in some humor and take it off track a little bit. A little shout out to your show. But I was on that FM stick and outside of Edmonton as a news director. And at that time, you didn't make jack, sweet, nothing in radio. And I was eating dog food while all my friends were driving brand new jacked up pickup trucks with the big Mickey Thompson mud tires and working in the oil patch on drilling rigs and service rigs. So I became a roughneck. I went and I worked in the drilling rigs in the Alberta oil patch. And you want to meet some tough damn people, go into the oil patch and meet a bunch of roughnecks. And I was one of those guys. And then several years later, one thing led to another. I ended up getting hooked up with Dr. Peter Glidden over at GCN. I was a listener. He performed some medical miracles with his advice with me, my wife, my mom, my family, saved our lives. And so we were so impressed that we brought him up here to speak publicly. I told him about my broadcast training, and he was looking for somebody to fill in his show when he was on the road lecturing. So boom, now I'm on GCN as a part-time host. GCN got a bunch of emails and people saying, who is this Mike Phillip guy? He's kind of a jerk and an idiot, but for some reason I can't stop listening to him. And so they decided to give me my own Saturday show. And then one thing led to another, and here I am on Mojo doing daily. So life's good.
No, that's awesome, because first of all, you spell your name with an F, not a PH.
Story of my life, Melissa. Everywhere I go, if I say my name is Mike Phillip, they always write Fillips, and I just correct them right off the bat before they even start.
I know. Do you and Ron ever get into arguments about that?
Not that.
Well, you know what?
But other things.
Okay, after hearing that, after hearing your history, I doubly appreciate, and for me, I don't know about the other guys, but I'm really humbled to have you on the show because you are the only true broadcaster on Mojo. Like, you're the one I'm not the only one. I know. I know. He has the
He went to school.
Yes. He's
this
got a
is
big
actually
background.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
love
Jen-
Mojo.
what now-
I am just roasting. I know
yeah.
about Jen. I know
yeah.
all about that stuff, but as far as some of the people we have on, but they're all good. They're all.
Yeah, because we didn't go to any school.
I love
that's for
all
sure.
of the Mojo hosts except for that one guy.
Yeah, well,
That guy I do not like.
okay.
And that
You
one.
don't
You'll never hear me talk trash about another Mojo host unless it's on air and it's produced and I'm doing it really good.
Yeah, unless it's busting someone's balls.
Really?
Or not balls. Yeah, or not
Really?
balls. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Bust balls or bust eggs?
I have to bring up TJ says that she wants you to turn your gain up a little bit, Mike. You are just a little bit low.
My gain is so high that my monitor is absolutely just going
Screaming
off.
at you?
It starts in my ear. I'm actually
Okay.
a lot higher than I normally am, but
There you go.
how's that? Is that better?
That's a little better.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
we can hear you fine, but I don't know how it's translating out into this the
Okay.
sphere of radio, the Mojo sphere. But so you were talking earlier about. Actually, you know what? Let me go back to the broadcast school. How old did you say you were going into that?
Well, when I was just hanging out there when my dad went the first time, I was 10 years old, and then when I went back, I would have been about 20.
Okay, so going into broadcast school, none of us here have any clue of that. I mean, honestly, this is our first show we've done. We started out, we're just listeners, and we started toying around with it. You know, ended up buying a couple things here and there and learning as we went. You know, Rusty did a lot of research and got us up and going. And Chris over here came in and with both of their knowledge and technical learning. Wow, look at that, just getting shut down everywhere.
I got stuff to say when we get back, but
good, because I got questions. Everyone stick around. We got one more segment coming at you hard right here in the next one. Be right back for Off Track. What up? How is it over there in Facebook land right now? See, we got some folks over there. Look at that Tech Ruse over there. Donna,
Mike Phillips gonna
Ollie.
grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Right on. Angry Beaver's over there. Yeah, Dwayne. Dwayne was here earlier. Dwayne's still here. That's good. We like it when you're still here. Come back. Stay the whole time. Watch the whole damn show. You know it. You. I'm talking to you. That guy.
Yeah, my buddy from work that found out we were on Stitcher and told me about it. He was in the chat room for a while.
Oh, who was that?
Dustin.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, is he not there anymore?
I don't know. I haven't seen him comment in a little while, but he was there for most of a lot more than the first hour.
You know, it says there's 20 people on here right now, and I don't see 20 people commenting. So I mean, I get it. You want to watch without saying anything. That's cool. Send us a message. Let us know you're here. You know, give us a wave. Send us some love, man.
My BFF is here. She's been following us ever since she found out. So everybody say hi to Tammy.
Hey, look at that. Oh, hi, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy. Hey, Tammy.
What's up, Tammy?
Not your Tamara, Chris.
Scott Morris, my brother from another mother. I guess Antol's in here maybe, and Michael Ray, Timothy Ratner.
Tammy, what are you wearing, Tammy?
Heidi Tucker.
Let me ask her real quick.
Heidi's in here. Hey, you guys know Heidi. You guys know Heidi. She's in here watching on Facebook right now. Oh, that means
no, Heidi.
Yeah. I learned a lot more about Heidi the other night after the. Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
She was.
Don't make it public if you're not supposed to. There, cover up your stuff.
Okay.
No, your microphone. Oh, coming back, guys. Yes, already. Coming in hot. Well, I hope everyone got a chance for their last break right here with Off Track. Whiskey 6 here. Melissa Sippy's back. She got her girl voice back fixed up real nice.
Hey, during the break, we were shooting the shit, and I was talking about Tammy listening, and Rusty wanted to know what she was wearing, and she sent me the message. And she's wearing her Beach Week 82 t-shirt that she got from Mojo 50.
Beach.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Very good, Tammy. Way to represent Mojo 50. Folks, on the other side of the break there, we were talking to Mike Phillip here, and I had asked him about broadcast school and going into that. And, you know, none of us here have ever done anything like that. This is we're just learning as we go. So we take advice from, well, everyone. Even that guy that guy, he's gone.
Oh, not that guy.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Not that guy.
Yeah, whatever. So, what's the best thing you could tell? Not just us, but anyone who wants to start a podcast. What's the best advice you could give us or them going into this?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that, with going to school for it and growing up in stations and being a news director, that I love that experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. But let me just say this. I would never downplay anything that you guys are doing or anybody else on Mojo, because I will say this, the game has completely changed. And I mean, back then I was cutting commercials on, those big reel to reel
Yes.
I was like splicing tape, man. And,
Oh,
and
my.
we were using carts, you know, like an 8-track, and you hit the button and it plays a song.
Wow.
Well, you got like a deck with like
Yeah.
15 different carts where you hit the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like now I'm hitting it on a computer. Then I was playing it on a cart. But I guess the best advice I could give to anybody that wants to start a podcast or get into broadcasting is get in front of a mic and do it. And you know what? The best thing you can do if you can do it is go live, because when you're live, you're on your toes. You've got to think and you've got to do accordingly, and you're going to screw up. Things are going to happen. You're going to do things that you're going to sound like a total ass, and
I'm
you go
okay
back
with
and
that.
listen to it after, and
Wait,
that's how you improve.
We're
and
going to
that's-
screw
that's-
things up?
Yes.
it's possible. Like
and
maybe in
see-
the next 5 minutes. I don't know.
This is the beauty
Oh,
of
crap.
what Doc Thompson always, I don't want to say preached, but he always put this out there to, you know, if you can't fix it, feature it, you know, lead with your failures.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that because, and just be authentic, be yourself. You're going to screw
That's
up.
it.
But
That's
put
it.
it out there because people appreciate that, and that once it keeps them wanting more because they know you're not trying to pull the wool over their eyes.
No, that's just exactly it. And yeah, get out there and do it. And you know what? If you fail, like, listen, I was a Saturday guy. I started out doing, you know, after I went into the oil patch and went over to GCN. I was a fill-in guy for another show, and I did that for like 2 years. Then I was a Saturday guy with my own show for about 2.5, 3 years. And, you know, it took that amount of time before somebody recognized that I had some chops and decided to put me on every day. And that was due to Jen and Izzo and Pat, you know, bothering Ron and Beth. And by the way, Beth called me today. Rock Friday. We do Rock Friday on American Rock Radio because I firmly believe that you need to look away from the news every once in a while. Otherwise, you're just going to hate your life and be angry all the time.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So
Thank you.
But on this is funny, okay? So I played "I'm an Asshole" by Dennis Leary on Friday, okay?
Yes, yes.
Right? So
Perfect.
listen to this. So I get an email from Beth that says, "Yeah, so we got a complaint from one of our listeners
Too
that
bad.
there was an F-bomb dropped during some Dennis Leary song. I don't know what it was." And I'm thinking to myself, the name of the song is "I'm an Asshole," and he said it probably
Right.
50,000 times. It's the chorus of the song, but he said the effing word at some point during the, and that's what got you. That's what bothered you.
Right.
But I said to Beth, tell the listener, Mike Phillip didn't know it was in there, and it won't happen again. And she said, yeah, it happens, right? It was in a song. It's not like I was dropping it myself. And you know, once in a while,
Right.
a guy will accidentally, although I haven't yet. But
Who
yeah,
would do such a thing?
right? You'd have to be an effing moron.
Well, I know a lot of morons. Just saying.
That was close.
Over in the MeWe's, slightly venomous Kirk, him, wants to know, does Mike have anything to say to Jen?
Where was he earlier?
Well, I mean, you know, like after this is all, you know, any final parting words?
Any final parting words? Well, any words that I have to say to Jen won't be final, and they won't be parting because I plan on working more with her in the future. And we've already been talking about putting some production together that all the shows on Mojo can use. We're coming up with ideas and brainstorming right now. And if I had anything to say to Jen, keep doing what you're doing, being the consummate professional that you are, and I appreciate you. And it was a lot of fun. Trashing each other for those couple days there. And it was funny, too, because I was getting private messages from people. They were like, lay off, man. You're going to destroy her. You're going too far. And you know, people thought we were actually fighting. And some people actually were kind of pissed. Yeah.
Rusty thought you guys were fighting.
Yeah, well, and that was the point of it, right? Like, and that's the show. It's to get the listener kind of emotionally involved. And
I don't know Jen that well, but I do know Jen. And I don't think it's possible to take it too far with her.
Yeah, I
No,
get that
probably
impression
not.
myself. Yeah.
Not
yeah.
that I have any
not.
experience with that. yet.
I get it.
If you do, you better be ready to take it back, though.
Well, that's exactly it. Yeah, she'll dish it just as good as, but her husband will get mad. I'll tell you that. But I have another topic I'd like to bring up, and that's how Americans are seen by the rest of the planet. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the United States of America. It is the greatest nation on the face of the earth, and the reason Canada exists. But there have been some situations in my life living here where somebody moved into the neighborhood from the USA, and they did not represent very well at all. I'll give you one example. There was this guy, Glenn from Texas. Glenn from Texas moves into my area, right? And he's just down the street from us, and I see Texas plates on this car. I'm going by the one day, and I say, "Hey, you from Texas, are you?" And Glenn comes out. He's, I'm from Texas, man. And I said, "Hey, well, come over, come have a beer. Come tell me about Texas, buddy." He says, "All right." So he comes over. My brother and I we're having a beer with Glenn from Texas, right? And Glenn from Texas is not smart. And just out of the blue, he starts telling us, "Yeah, I tried that date rape drug. It's I don't do that date rape drug." My brother and I are looking at each other like, "You tried the date rape drug? Like you tried it on somebody else, or you took it, right?" And I said to him, "What do you mean you tried the date rape drug?" And Glenn from Texas goes, "Yeah, well, I tried that date rape drug. I tried it out, and I fell asleep for 18 hours." And I'm thinking to myself,
he was hoping he would get raped.
Did you do it carefully when you weren't watching? And like, did you know what I mean? Were you being all surreptitious about it? And did you wake up sore?
Did he try it on himself? Like
he tried it on himself. Yeah, the guy took it, and he was like telling us this, and I'm thinking, you are the dumbest human being I've ever met in my life. Glenn from Texas. So when you're out abroad.
Who are you calling abroad?
Anyone?
How dare you?
Try to represent as an American, okay? Don't be Glenn from Texas.
Don't be a Glenn from anywhere. Well, there's that one Glenn from Texas. I don't guess that's him.
Glenn back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think he's using.
Can you
the
confirm
date
it was
rape,
not that Glenn?
I can confirm that. Yes.
He saw him.
He's not listening.
Is Glenn from Texas still your neighbor?
No, Glenn from Texas lasted about 2 weeks, and I think he had to leave the country.
I wonder if he tried that date rape drug on somebody else.
This could be. Yeah, they finally figured out what it was really for.
Oh my gosh! All right, so you had said that you were you did some rocking and rolling in the past. Was that with a Dominic Izzo guy, or was that on your own?
No, I was so in the 4th grade, I signed up for band class because it didn't sound as gay as home ec.
Well, there's that.
So I go into I'm in band class now, and I had no idea what I was going to do, and percussion sounded not as gay as the flute. So I'm in percussion, right? I've never held a set of drumsticks in my life, and the band teacher, Mr. Kaufman, I'll never forget this guy. He was really cool. He asked me if I had ever sat down at a drum set, and I said no. And he says, "Okay, I'm going to show you how to play 4/4 time." He sits down at the drums, plays 4/4 time, hands me the sticks, and says, "You try it." So I sat down and I did exactly what he did, right back to him. And he kind of cocked his head and looked at me. He's like, "Give me those sticks." I give him back the drumsticks. He sits down and he goes, "This is 2/4 time." He lays out a 2/4 time beat, and he says, "Now you do it." I sat down and I just did it straight back to him. And he says, "You're lying to me." I said, "About what?" He said, "About playing the drums." He said, "You'd never played the drums." I said, "I've never seen a drum set up close." He goes, "You're a drummer." So from that point on, it was like a gift that was downloaded into me when I was born. I just knew how to play the drums. And my first kit, interestingly enough, there was a bomb shelter underneath the gym of this school that I went to, and there was an old beat-up drum set with half the hardware missing, and it was a piece of crap. But I stole it. I sneaked it piece by piece out of the school and walked it home one piece at a time. I set it up in the basement of the house that we lived in. I had like I had the toms on chairs with like haywire and duct tape holding this thing together. And I had a little cassette player, and I had Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yes.
I had,
Nice.
and I would rewind it. I would listen to it, and there would be a little spot with a beat going into a fill on "It's So Easy" or "My Michelle" or.
Dude, that is a hell of an album.
Oh, I could listen to it over and over again. And,
Mr. Brownstone.
Mr. Brownstone.
Rocket
that was a big
Queen.
one right there. That
Yeah.
that was one of the
Hell
first
yes.
things I learned. And so that's how I learned to play the drums. And then I joined a drum corps. I was a marching guy with the snare drum in the Army Cadets. And that was the only reason I joined the Army Cadets, was so I could go in the drum corps. So I was in a marching band playing cadences and along to, Sousa marches and things like that. And I started playing bands. And one night I went to an open mic night, and somebody handed me a microphone, and the band on stage was playing Roadhouse Blues by the Doors.
Damn.
And I just started belting it out. And it turns out I can mimic Jim Morrison's voice really well. And
Really?
Yeah, there was people in the room.
Bullshit.
No, I'm serious.
Let me hear it.
I'm not going to do it right now. It's
You know he's going to get called out right here on Off Track.
I am a wizard. I can do
anything.
But
There you go.
here's the
You need
point.
music, I get it.
I jumped up on stage and I sang that song, and about 3 different bands, guys from bands, approached me and said, "Hey, we're looking for a lead singer. Do you want to do that?" And I'd never considered that possibility, and so boom, now I wasn't a really great singer, but that's the good thing about rock and roll. You don't have to really sing per se. It's more about pissed off yelling. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And if you can do it cool, you know what I mean? And that's what I was good at. And then I ended up one night, I was drumming, and we were playing Love Removal Machine by The Cult. And I was drumming it, and there was a mic on a boom mic stand in front of me, and I started singing along to this Cult song while I was drumming. And the band that I was in decided to make me the drummer and the lead singer, so I did that for about 3 years. And
Phil Collins.
I can't even say that it's like I'm some kind of super talented guy. I think it was like a God-given talent, to be quite honest with you, because I would be sitting there. We would do 10 songs, 3 sets a night, so 30 songs. I'd be sitting there drumming and singing. But while I was doing that, I'd be looking at the TV at the back of the bar, reading the news at the bottom as it was going by, not even thinking about what I was doing. I'll tell you, you want to hear a funny story?
We do. We
my
always
wife,
do.
Jennifer, before we got married, she was, she still is hot, but it was Halloween, and every band wants to be playing Halloween at the bar, right? Because when people are wearing masks, they go nuts, right? They show you who they really are when you can't see who they really are. So my wife was wearing this sexy cop Halloween costume where, like the cleavage and everything. And I'm on stage, and I had about 2 songs left to go in the set. And I say into the microphone over the PA, I said, "I'll tell you what, I got plans for Officer Nasty after this show." Well, I didn't know it, but there was this other hot chick that had walked in the side door of the bar wearing a sexy cop Halloween costume, and she decided that I was talking about her. And so I'm on stage, and this little chick is standing at the front of the stage, like, looking at me, right?
Oh, no.
And I have no idea, like, I'm thinking, she's into me right on, but, my girlfriend's right over there. And so I get off stage, and she comes over to me, and I go, "Hey," and I just walk right around her. She didn't like this. She was mad. I go to Jennifer, who's now my wife, and this chick wanted to fight her. Like, she decided that, she wanted to fight about it. And I'm like, "Look, ladies, I know a way that we can all be happy here." But that obviously
So you let him fight it out? You got him some pillows? Had a pillow fight?
No, what ended up happening was one of the other guys in the band had this girlfriend that was kind of an Amazon, and she chucked Officer Nasty 2.0 out on her ass.
Wait, now Amazon, how do you know? I mean, how big is an Amazon woman compared to what you're? I mean, how do you rate an Amazon
big woman? She's a big woman.
She's just tall, or
if it's Prime, you get free shipping. So
tall and very
okay,
freakish,
voluptuous.
strong. Yeah, you've known women like that. You know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
So was that the end of your music career?
Well, no, actually, the end of my music career was so I started becoming very popular, okay? And like I would go places, pardon me, and I would get recognized. Like people would, oh my God, that's that guy in that band. And it totally went to my head. I was a very humble, nice guy to begin with. But then just women hitting on me in the bar all the time, getting invited to all these parties with business owners and people with money, and everybody wanted to hang out. I started drinking my own Kool-Aid. Okay.
Oh, no.
Right. And the other guys in the band, kind of the same thing started happening because we were in demand. We were hot, right? And some of them started getting into the blow. And
that's no good.
It torpedoed everything. Like it just totally destroyed the band. And that was after that, we had a major falling out. I ended up getting in a fight with one of them at a campsite. And that was it. But walking away the way that I did, kind of, I regained who I was, who I lost who I was. And that's when I started doing radio again. So, you know, that little time in the band, that was great. And I had a good time doing it. But I was thankful that it came to an end because that's when the broadcast thing kicked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Do you have one more song in you? Do you have like a happy birthday song maybe?
Yeah. Like for that guy right there?
For this guy?
Yeah. That guy right there.
Who is that guy?
That's Zig.
You know who I am, Mike.
Zig the Trucking Gator joins us on his birthday.
I didn't even recognize you. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. I think it's the first time we've actually seen each other. We usually talk on voice chat.
Yep, that's right. I recognize the voice, though. You, these guys were kind of poking fun earlier, I thought, but you look young,
That's
man.
what we do.
Yeah, I heard the guy was talking shit about football teams and whatnot.
Well, that would be Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's clapping and he's muted, so you don't have to hear his.
Yeah, that's me. You got a question for Mike?
Yeah.
You've had an hour and a half to prepare, and you don't have a question?
You got nothing?
I talk to him all the time. I don't think about anything about all that.
You know what? I think he's actually been listening to Mike a lot because he's actually starting to sound like Mike. He's getting that accent down.
That is something that I tend to do. If I don't talk a lot, anyways, in my job. So when I talk,
you type a lot.
Yeah.
So what do you talk about?
So wait a minute. Southerners and Canadians sound the same?
No. I'm not all that Southern.
I was going to ask Mike, what's his favorite maple syrup? Is it Canadian or is it from New England?
I could not give a damn. I don't normally eat pancakes. I don't know. I just don't care.
Wait, you don't eat pancakes?
No, but you know
Wait,
what?
Are you an American? Oh, wait a minute. Never mind.
I'll tell you what, though.
How about blue waffles? Do you like blue waffles?
Oh.
The
Wow.
best thing about syrup is if you pour it over your igloo, it will insulate it.
Somewhere in Tucson, Waffle just poked his head up.
Yeah, that one guy.
That's what we do in Rhode Island when it snowed. You pour maple syrup on the snow and eat it.
Oh.
So Zig, what did you get? Did you get like the newest Transformers and stuff for your birthday, or
He got a Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin.
I got one thing that I asked for. That's all I asked for, and that was a It Chapter 2 shirt.
Aww.
And I see the young lady.
I appreciate that.
What's she say?
Did his younger brother Stephen Airy give it to you?
He's not allowed to wear it at home. It freaks our kids out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, I
I
guess
see
we
that. I had a little Pennywise hanging off of my purse, and I had to give it away to my little nephew.
Yeah, it's got him holding the balloons. It says "You'll float too."
Love it.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well,
So did you see it? Did you see it part 2?
Not yet. I want to.
Oh, okay. I mean, we all
But-
know how it ends, but I'm not going to talk about it.
I can't take anyone to go see it because no one here wants to go see it.
I go by myself. I go to the horror movies. I go to the show by myself, and I go to the matinees because the theater's kind of empty. I could pick my, I could pick my seat.
whoa, that's sick.
Oh, hey.
So I pick my seat, and I don't have to pick any of my friends' seats.
She's
So
got a theater right down the road from her house.
it's fun. It's really fun going by yourself. I think that's just me.
So
Plus- plus-
you're saying you like to do it by yourself.
I
is what
do
you're
it by
saying.
myself a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I do it
it's-
by myself a lot, and
Her and Bob.
Yeah.
No, I don't need the accessories. No, I do it by myself a lot. But then, if you go watch a sad movie and you end up crying, you don't have to be embarrassed or anything. I like experiencing some of these things by myself.
So, Zig, did you get a birthday cake and stuff? You put the little candles on there and blow them out. You know, like 12 or 13 of them. What?
I'm getting birthday chicken.
Birthday
Hey, Mrs.
chicken.
Zig, Mrs. Zig, I see you. Did you do that? Happy birthday, Miss.
Actually, that's just her regular talking voice right now. She's
Happy birthday to you.
I haven't sung happy birthday yet, but I'm later.
Yay!
There
Well
you go.
then.
There you go. Hey.
Zig, do
hey.
you have to leave in the morning?
We know what
I'm
Zig's
leaving
getting
at
later.
10 o'clock in the morning.
What time?
At 10.
Oh, well, why are you going to sleep in so long? You're not. Ah.
No, I'm not. We're trying to get the kids to go to sleep now, and I'll probably
yeah.
play on 7 or 8.
I bet you are.
I love Ben.
You know, you're about as red as that shirt you're wearing right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And stuff.
Oh, they're so cute at the baby.
Well, I'm glad
I
you
know.
guys
Aren't they
had
so
a
cute?
birthday and all that. And dang it, I thought you guys were going to pick on each other a little bit. But, oh, what's that?
So I'm the cradle robber in the relationship.
Hey, I hear you, lady. Me too.
Zig has a
Well,
cougar?
not your relationship in mine.
She ain't that much older than me. I'm only about a year and a half younger than her.
Oh, that doesn't even count. Come on.
Oh no, that doesn't even count. No.
But good for you, girlfriend.
Yeah.
You got to get them younger so they can keep up with you. I can tell.
Yeah, Zig found himself one of them.
Yeah.
Kitty cat ladies. What is it? Yes, honey, I'll be right there. It's okay. Stop yelling at me.
That's a good one.
Gosh, you know what? Mike Phillips said it best earlier. We need a break from politics, so this is what we do here, guys.
Yes.
We
Yes,
love
we
this.
do.
It's fun.
That's what I do when I
So
go-
many things I wanted to say this week.
That's what I
Did you
do when I
get to
go
say it?
home. I shut everything off. I don't deal with the politics. I just live with the family, and then I go back out on the road, and back to normal.
If you do want to see, I mean, if you do want to, search politics, it was a really great interview. Chris Wallace, one of my favorites, because he's actually one of the tough ones. I think he's the only real journalist left. Anyway, that's my.
Oh, look at that little cutie. Is that?
Look at that. Wait, Daddy, who is that? Is that
That's
little
my
Gator?
daughter. That's
How
my
many
daughter,
kids?
Lily.
How many kids do you have, Zig?
3.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
you've been busy.
beautiful.
Wow, you've been
Y'all
busy.
been busy. You've had a lot of
Get a-
birthdays, haven't you?
Yeah, get a TV. Get a TV. Damn it, get a damn TV.
Look,
Netflix
if
and
you-
oh no, that's a
Rusty,
problem. The Netflix and chill.
Yeah, you put a TV in your room.
But we don't have no cable.
Oh, well,
That's
there's
even.
a problem.
Look, just put a damn TV in your room. You'll need
How
it.
many more are you gonna have, Zig?
If it was up to me,
One more.
if it was up to me and money wasn't an issue, I'd have about 40 of them.
Whoa, no. All right, well, look, I'll give you props for that. I can't.
Yes.
I have one. What's that?
We'd probably.
Are you guys gonna work on number 4 later?
It's his birthday. Look at her. She's getting excited and he's blushing.
Looks like she's got plans. You better hope you took a nap.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, we're coming down to that final minute, but I just wanted to send a shout out, big thank you, of course, to Zig. Happy birthday, and Mrs. Zig, and go make some more birthdays and all that other stuff.
Make more
Right.
babies. not
Birthday bait, whatever. But
Babies
Mike
come
Phillip,
with
of course.
motivation.
Yeah, Mike Phillip from American Duck Radio. You guys can check him. Just tell everybody where they can check you out at, Mike. Mike.
Can I call Mike Phillip the Mike with the big F?
Mike Phillip there, 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, Mojo 50. Check him out, and of course, you know what to do. Right here, Off Track, every Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. Glad you guys could join us. Thanks again. Great evening, everyone. Great show. Love you guys. Outgoing smooches.